Welcome, everybody. We are streaming live to Facebook. Welcome to anyone who's listening on the podcast. I get the pleasure to introduce you to the women who make up our beautiful GiRLiFE community. Every once in a while, I think these are my favorite chats to have because when you have a good thing, when you've got good people in your presence, you need to share them. We need to share all the good things. And so today I'm sharing Sheila, Cara, Raychelle with all of you, and you're going to learn about their GiRLiFE journeys, what made them say yes, what unique work they do in the world. And I'm so psyched to share, and feel free to ask any questions if you're with us live. I will be monitoring the chat as well. But let's start with you, Sheila. Please give us an intro on who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
Hi, thank you guys so much. It's really great to be here. My name is Sheila. I live in Orlando, Florida by Walt Disney World, and I actually work at Epcot, which that's what my background is, some of the flowers from the topiaries from the Flower and Garden Festival that's going on right now. So super exciting to be at the happiest place on earth. But I found GiRLiFE at the height of the pandemic. I'm a single mom of an 8 and 11-year-old girls, and I just really wanted to do something to help us. I was at my lowest worst when I know the universe brought Melody and GiRLiFE on my path, and it really spiraled me in the beginning of this beautiful journey to not, I thought I was signing up to help my girls, but it was really to help my own inner child and my own inner girl, and started me on this beautiful journey to grow and become the leader that I have become for my girls. My 11-year-old, she just stepped out of her comfort zone and was the youngest ever to speak in front of a room full of, and Zoom room full of as well, Orlando entrepreneurs. And that has inspired me to start my fairy tale parenting, pretty appropriate for the Walt Disney World. But Melanie has just been such a beautiful leader in all of this, and to share all of her knowledge and her experience on her journey to really give us help to catapult us and speed up this journey. So we have a group to connect and be on this journey together, because like they say, it takes a tribe to raise the children, and it truly does. And having the support, having this intimate group of women on the same journey has been the rock, my foundation, to help me have the confidence to step out of my box. So thank you, Melanie, for being here. Thank you all, ladies, for being part of this journey as well.
Thank you, Sheila. What a beautiful intro. And I can't wait to dig deeper into some of the things that you shared and all the things that you have on the horizon. We're all very excited to hear more. Raychelle, we'd love to hear from you.
Good morning.
Hey.
Okay, well, a little bit about myself. I am actually here in Stockton, California, which is, we sit in between Sacramento and San Francisco, so Northern California. I've pretty much been here for the majority of my childhood. I was born and raised here, went to school out of state. I went into the field of education, so I am an educator. I've done everything under the sun, from teaching to coaching to principal. Right now, I'm temporarily in an assistant principal position. And so I've worked with students and I've worked with girls for the most part my entire life. And the reason why I said yes to this business is because of the fact that I have seen the change. I've seen, I want to say, just in working with young ladies, I really do see that there is a huge need of positive role models, and not just in schools and communities, in churches, just everywhere. And so I've been receiving emails from Melody for about 3 years. So
wow.
But I was always nervous. I was always nervous to go forward. I will say that I am new to GiRLiFE. I just joined about maybe 3 months ago. And what made me do it, I'm a girl mom as well. And so my own daughter started to struggle a little bit. She turned 14 in February. And so, I just thought, well, maybe if I put myself through the program,
Right.
I would be able to, just be a better mom. And then in my work life also be able to bring this experience to the young girls. Right now I pretty much have been in a K-8 school most of my career. So our middle schools are combined with our elementary schools. So I see, I see girls of pretty much all ages and ranges. So I decided to say yes. I took a step out on faith. I've always wanted to do it, but I'll be honest, I think it was, I didn't want to really pay, because I kept telling myself, if you really want to do it, you can do it on your own. You can do it on your own. But I do struggle with the business portion. If I can just show up to a workshop and do the workshop, I feel really confident. I feel really good, but I do struggle a little bit with the business side of it. It takes me forever. So I've been able to work with Melody a little bit and just get some ideas to get myself going. And Saturday was my very first online virtual workshop. So
Yay.
I'm super excited about it. I wasn't sure how the online venue would go, but it went really, really well. So now I'm pretty pumped up now I'm ready to get my flyers out there and get myself going. So that's just a little bit about me. Been doing this work for a little over 20 years. And so I hope to be able to retire one day and then also have a side business. That's my school. Let me mute.
Sure, no problem. Raychelle's amazing. Like, she's multitasking over here, like she's at school right now chatting with all of us. And I'm always amazed at how many hats she wears. So thank you for taking the time to be with us and for that beautiful introduction, Raychelle. Cara, would love to hear from you.
Thank you. Good morning. Hi, everyone. I'm Cara. So I live in Los Angeles area, and I officially joined the GiRLiFE Coaches group a year ago this week. It was March 30th last year. I remember the date. And I was lingering in the group since 2020, in the pandemic 2020. And I was just like Raychelle was sharing, like a little bit like scared and unsure, but I kept coming back to the group. And there was something there that I needed for myself, and then also for the young girls that I work with. I work at an all women's institution or university in Los Angeles. So I see them at the college level, but they're not sure of themselves. And so we do a lot of this coaching with them as young ladies, but I think it would benefit them as young girls. So when I said yes, this opportunity, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I had ideas, but I've kind of done different things. I'm currently working with some nonprofits in the Los Angeles area to help empower our young girls because they need it. Saturday, we had an event with them, and a lot of them were sharing about their friends and how their friends are saying mean things to them. So we had to talk about, who are your friends, and that whole conversation. So I say this every day. And so I really just said yes to first myself, and then also our next generation of girls, our leaders, because they're going to be out there leading us. So I want to see the strong, empowered girls and bring them out of their shells and have them lead and change the world. That's kind of why I said yes. So thank you, Melody, and to the ladies here. It's great to be with everyone this morning.
Yay, Cara. That's so beautiful. And congratulations. You're coming up on your anniversary. And I think that is so exciting. And I remember, like, I love it. I love it that I'm hearing both from Raychelle and from Cara that you were hanging out in the community before you made your decision. And that's what I like, that's really because you get to know us, you get to know who is a part of this whole mission. And it's really important to be an educated consumer. And these are the ways that we do it, right? We read the emails, we hang out in the spaces, we hang out in the Facebook groups, and we learn. And as the creator of the program, that's really great for me because I want to know that what you're coming into, right? Like, there's no false representation here. It's like what you see is what you get. and it's important to see what you're going to, to get a sneak peek glimpse into all of it. So I heard from all of you a little bit. There are two things I want to discuss. The first thing I heard is talking about that inner child. Sheila, you spoke about that so beautifully, about how the curriculum, I always say I wrote the curriculum, I created it for my inner child, right? For like that 9-year-old version of myself who needed these messages, who didn't have them. And so I first needed to go through it for myself before I could shine it outwards on the girls. And Sheila, I heard you say the same thing. Can you speak to us more about how the curriculum has served that inner child and what messages she needed to hear that she didn't hear, that she's now able to work through and live with?
Well, yeah, absolutely. The variety of different type of people that come to the group. And I notice with all the groups I'm in now, like the different levels of people, I hear from the other ladies that they work in a space with a lot of women or a lot of children. Well, I had my girls in my late 30s. I was the youngest child. I was a bartender. So I was the farthest away from knowing anything about children whatsoever. So I came into the program thinking it was something that was going to help me fix my children. And I was on a mission to fix my children. And as you go through the material, you recognize, that is that inner child. And I love how Melody brings that up to help you have awareness of that, because we weren't taught this stuff. We didn't have these resources. The majority, the largest majority of the population around the world, we weren't introduced to this. We were mainstreamed into working. And then as this world gets even busier with all this digital stuff going on, it's hard to keep up with. And we never get a chance to realize that we need to stop and get to know ourselves. Like I saw with me, I didn't have a great relationship with my mom. And as my girls were coming up on the age where me and my mom really had a huge fallout, I saw it going in the same direction. So for me to see how this work has evolved me, and as I evolve me, it directly reflects onto my children. And there's no one that needs to be fixed. We all just need to be reminded and led to who we are and what is inside, and help us get to know or go back to trust our intuition. And Melody does a great job of having that program lead you through that path. And, you think some people might think, as I did, you're going through it to help the children and not realizing how much of it really you needed to heal yourself first before you could take the girls on this path. So yeah, it was huge. It was like, awakening, whoa.
That awe moment. We all need that awe moment, but it is the truth. It is everything. There's so many principles that I look back on and I'm like, hey, if I knew about this, I wonder where I would be. And of course it's all, it's all divinely timed, and we are exactly where we are meant to be. But now that we have access to that information, we want to share it with the girls earlier. So we may have gotten access, in our 30s and our 40s, but it's so important that we give that gift to the girls so that they can benefit from all of those inner tools as young as possible. So Raychelle, I'm going to bring it to you. You talked a little bit about, you're talking about like the fear of signing up. And I so get that, because for all the courses I've signed up for, I have the doubts, like, am I really going to complete this? Am I really going to do anything with this? There is a price tag. Of course, there's always an investment, right? And we get tripped up by that as well. And I feel like there are all of these things that come up when we're about to make really big moves in our lives. Would you be able to walk us a little bit through your process? Because I've been talking to a lot of women who are feeling the same way that you do, and they're thinking, I want this so bad. I've wanted this for so many years. I've been a part of the community, but I don't know. I don't know how to take the next step. Like, the fear is holding me back. Anything to share with them by walking us through your process?
Well, my process is a little crazy because, I know myself so well. And what I did not want to happen, I did not, like you mentioned, I didn't want to join and then find myself not utilizing the materials. But I think because of the fact that I have made the investment, it stays with me. It's just kind of like, okay, you've got to get moving. You can't make this large investment and do nothing with it. But what I'm finding is that um digging into the materials, it's wanting me. We were on a cruise. We had spring break last week, and so I brought with me the book Empowered Women, Empower Girls. And
Oh.
so, just having the time to read and learn. My process really is, I'm one of those people where I want to read and learn as much as I can about an organization or, whatever it is, whatever group that I'm getting ready to be a part of. And I knew immediately that I wanted to participate. Like I said, I heard about it maybe about 3 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is perfect. Like this is so me. And the community is wonderful. But it was just for me, it was the price tag. I'll have to be honest. I just said, well, and not that it was the price tag, but because of my background, I just really felt strongly that, hey, I can just do this by myself. I can do it by myself. But then a year goes by, 2 years go by, and so I still get emails just kind of reminding me. And so I started thinking, well, I've been saying I can do this by myself, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't done anything, at all. So then I think when my daughter started to go through those trials, I just said, you know what, now might be a really good time, because I want my daughter to see how she can take some of those adverse situations and make a positive with it. I want her to be able to just see that, sometimes in life things happen, things are going to happen, and we have to always just do our best to just pick ourselves up and keep going. So at that point, I started to really dig into the information. And I think it was the gratitude workshop that Melody, you sent out, and I just went through it, and I just started thinking, okay, I can do a lot with this. So I just said, I'm going to step out, and I am not one of those people. I'm not a risk taker at all. So for me to be able to just say, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to pay this amount, and I'm going to get moving. I'm glad. I don't regret it. Like I said, I am new. So, hopefully a year from now, like Cara, I can say that, hey, look at what I have done. That is my goal and my plan. But right now I'm just getting started. But what I do appreciate is how accessible Melody is. I've never been a part of an organization or any type of group where the actual founder is so involved. And I just really appreciate, and I think, most of the ladies and the women do appreciate that. So thank you so much for that. But my process has just been crazy. I just read, think for a long time, and then finally just bite the bullet and just say, you know what, just what's the worst thing that could happen? And if so, then it will be great information, for me to be able to share. If nothing else, I will definitely utilize the information for my girls at school, because it is so valuable and so needed.
Right. Oh, well, thank you for all of that. And that's not crazy at all. Like, I think that's an amazing process. It's a thorough process. And from what I'm hearing, you really decided to put yourself on the hook, right? You were like, I'm making this investment. If I'm making this investment, I'm going to take the aligned action. I'm going to take this inspiration as fuel. Like what I'm feeling, I'm going to use it as momentum.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's really great. I'm very similar to you. I do all the research, and then I'm just like, okay, if I'm expending the energy and the money and the time, then I'm certainly going to do something with this. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of your kind words about me being accessible. I mean, this is just the only way that I know how to be, because I love it. And I love all of you, and I love connecting with everyone. And if I can't answer the questions, right, like then if I'm not here to be that support, I don't see how this would be successful. Like or me and all the other women. So it's definitely like a collaborative effort, but I love being a part of it is what I'm trying to say. And so you can expect more and more and more of that in the future. So Cara, I want to talk to you a little bit about community. Like you've been so amazing about connecting with all of the women in the community. I know you just had an event with another California GiRLiFE coach, Luz Hernandez. Tell us a little bit about what this experience has been like for you.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, it's crazy because Luz is the one I heard about GiRLiFE. We got on a call in summer of 2020, and I was like, okay, I saw her in another group. And during the time, Los Angeles, like the rest of the world, we were literally like shut down. So I felt very isolated. So I joined a couple groups like in the Los Angeles area and just saw her post. And I was immediately like, thought it was meant to be. And we got on a call and she was telling me about GiRLiFE and Melody. And she was sharing that Melody is, always there. And I've never heard of, like Raychelle was sharing, like a founder or, a CEO, for example, who's there. Usually can't find them or something like that. They're inaccessible. So for me, community is very important. Even like as a young girl, I was in Girl Scouts and, all those things, the nonprofits. So when I joined GiRLiFE, I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? Yes, we have GiRLiFE facilitator coaches all around the world. And even in Los Angeles, you would think that, oh, it's, there's a lot of people there, but it does get lonely doing the work on your own. So I'm grateful for our community. But with Luz, we were just kind of talking like, okay, we need to collaborate and do something. So this past Thursday at my work, Mount St. Mary's University, they held their first ever pop-up market for women-owned businesses for Women's History Month. And I told Luz, like, let's just go. We're not selling anything, but it turned out to be amazing. We did a friendship bracelet from my the BFF workshop, and the girls absolutely loved it. So for me, a community, I'm trying to create the communities for the girls because I can see firsthand when I was a young child, I wanted those communities. Like I was put in Girl Scouts and things like that, but I didn't really feel like it was for me per se until like when I was older, like having to create these communities. So now it's my mission to really create these communities for people who may not have that, who may feel alone, and really to be authentic about it. So we have some more things in the works now that Los Angeles and the world is open again. So we're going to be more in person. And I think there's something about being together in person, just like the energy was just amazing. And I wanted to share something that was really amazing that happened on Thursday. We were asked to give, donate a raffle gift. So Luz and I gave a self-care, little package, journaling, things like that. And we're like, where's ours? When are they going to call ours? Like, who's our winner? So it was the last prize of the night that was called. And it just so happened to be one of my students who I haven't seen before the pandemic. And she's actually going into coaching as well. Wow. So it was like this full circle moment. Like it was amazing. So just even like by showing up, I feel like the opportunities come to you. And it was just, I can't describe it, but it was just like, I'm still in shock that she won this. And like, I got to see her after 3 years. So it was truly amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
So beautiful. I love it. I love it. And I love that you put yourself out there in that way, right? You're like, Luz, let's do this thing. And then like when we say yes to opportunities, we're met with other beautiful opportunities. And for you, it was that full circle moment with your students. So it's so nice and like so much more to come, right? Like you're just scratching the surface. This is just the beginning.
Yes, it is.
Love it. Love to hear it. I'd love to hear, let's start with Sheila. Sheila, you've got some amazing things going on. You were telling us about the platform that you're ready to launch and what your daughter was just doing. Whichever you want to share, I want to highlight you all and have you share something that's really exciting in your world right now.
Well, I appreciate it very much. I have everything in the works, like really everything was super inspired by my daughter doing the presentation. And like, I know she is going to be such an inspiration to kids and adults alike, just for stepping out of her box. And she surprised herself because she was literally in a hospital bed in the emergency room on Thursday. She accepted the opportunity on Friday, and she was presenting on Wednesday and literally did all of the slides, everything on her own. There was a lot of highs and lows. Of course, just like Mama, she procrastinated. So we were up till midnight, getting the slide presentation, or she was doing the slide presentation the day before. And of course, that morning, the traffic was worse than ever to get the hour on the other side of town, which of course is 15 miles, but Orlando traffic, I'm not sure if it's quite as bad as LA traffic, but it can be. And that particular day, I had 3 directions I could go. They were all clogged. And just, in the moment, I wasn't even stressed because I gave her more time to take a nap. If for anything else, we have this wonderful platform of Zoom. She could do it on Zoom. And she was just a natural. And as you were talking about, Cara, I say it, the law of attraction, right? When one opportunity, Melody, you said too, when one opportunity opens up, it just opens up so many more. And the way the presentation was set up, she spoke for 6 minutes, and then the community goes in for 20 minutes and gives resources, feedback, questions, and so on. And I was wildly surprised that most of the questions, a lot of the questions were coming back at me at parenting advice. And I had this, parent coaching thing in my back pocket too, just like with the GiRLiFE workshops that I had anticipated and started doing was going to do the workshops in the public library. But at the height of the pandemic, I ended up with COVID, dealing with post-COVID things. So just a spiral of events that in the moment, it seemed so devastating, but out of it all, it's finally coming around to really show that the work makes such a difference. And having the community is why that she said yes to that opportunity, that gave her that confidence and courage. And, like I said, I don't have this background in education. I don't have this background and support of me growing up. So to see these different backgrounds that everyone's coming from, that we can come together and be one and support our girls. And so what inspired out of that was for me to do a fairy tale parenting, and I'll do a parenting cohort and coach some parents through a 12-week program to transform and speak on conscious parenting, some brain science. I'm like a kid in a candy store now. I am obsessed. Now this is better than any kind of, unnatural thing you can do to inspire your body, because it just, once you start learning this and uncovering all this and uncovering who you are, it's magnificent. And just like with you, Melanie, I want to spread the news. I want to help others do it. I want to help everyone see this for themselves, especially our girls. And my girls are at the age of 8 and 11. We're actually doing this together. So we have those highs, we have those lows, even though they say if you don't have the blueprint down by 7 years old, it's a wreck. But we're doing a lot of unlearning and relearning and a lot of reflect and repair, but we're being human, and that's okay. And it's not about what the situation is, it's about how you handle the situation. So that's been a tough lesson for me to learn, because I'm a pretty hard cookie, but for me to learn it together with my girls has been such a beautiful process. Just before all this, the head of school was calling me. He's like, you need to talk with your daughter about stuff. The other parents were like, you should have heard what your daughter said. If you were on the outside, you would think oh my God, this parent of this child is horrible. And now my daughter is so connected to me that she feels so safe to tell me anything, no matter how scary it is. And especially at their age, I know I want to set this precedence now before they get into more, threatening situations, that they feel safe, no matter if they think I'm going to approve or be mad, that they can still have that safe place in me to share and know that it's going to be okay, because we all make bad decisions in our life, and that's okay. It's we can get through this together. We're human. So thank you so much for the platform. And as I get those details together, the start date of this and is all in progress. I'm just taking it as it comes, and all the people have magnetized myself for the people to come to me with this interest, and that's going to spiral more so I can do more of the GiRLiFE workshop. So I am so excited. Thank you.
Wow. Amazing, Sheila. That excitement is coming through. You're literally in inspiration. That's like the best place to be, right? You're fully inspired and doing the thing. And just like Cara, it's like you said yes to this opportunity. And then all of a sudden, like you created more. And it was that co-creation. It starts with one yes. And then all of a sudden the universe comes at you with a ton of other opportunities and things for you to bring your attention and excitement to. So congratulations. We're cheering you on. It's going to be amazing. So good. Raychelle, so I know you've got so much going on, like you are working in the school. Feel free to share anything that you're working on, but I'd also love to hear the highlights from the workshop that you just ran. So run with it wherever you'd like.
Okay. Well, another thing I was thinking as Sheila was sharing, just being able to connect with the community. I mean, you get ideas immediately, I want my daughter to be a part, and listening to Sheila, I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, right in the moment, I'm like, what I think I'll do is I'll start incorporating my daughter into presenting with me, and maybe have her like eventually, co-facilitate. So that just came to me whilst I was listening and just being inspired. But yeah, the workshop on Saturday, it was so exciting. These young ladies are on the East Coast, and Melody, you put out some information on, would anyone be interested in connecting with it's a nonprofit organization. Right. I believe they're in New Jersey. And so I've connected with this group, and I want to say she's the I guess the CEO, whatever the CEO would be on the nonprofit side, but she's amazing. She's a wonderful lady, and we just hit it off. We connected, and so she's doing something very similar. She has workshops for young girls. I think they spend their Saturday mornings, and there's a different presenter each Saturday. So I was invited to come and speak and just share. And I did the gratitude workshop with the young ladies, and I didn't know how it was going to work, being virtual, because, I'm used to having kids in front of me, that way I can get animated and use, but surprisingly, I was still able to feel like their energy through Zoom. I don't even know how to explain that, but, but it was nice. I was able to share some things and get feedback, and they were so, engaged, they were asking questions. And so I thought to myself, I said, wow, I didn't really plan to do virtual. That was just my thinking. But what I do plan to do now is I already have my next date on the calendar. And they also asked me to come back and do another workshop in a month or two. So of course I said yes to that, but in my own community, I was planning to do in-person workshops. So my next workshop will be scheduled in April. And so what I plan to do now is I think I'm going to take that same model. And when I have a workshop on a Thursday evening, I'll do it like a Saturday, not a morning, but we met right at noon at 12 o'clock, which was a great time. Everybody's up, hopefully, right. By 12 o'clock. So I think what I'll do is the same week, I'll offer it virtually. So that way, when I put the flyers out, I'll be able to have, for those girls in my community, as well as those online. Here at my school, though, I do have a girls group that started as soon as I got here because the need is just huge. And so I'm excited about that. These young ladies, unfortunately, they don't have very many positive role models in their life. There were quite a few fights, when I got here. And so just pouring into them, just speaking truth and just speaking life, into the young ladies that I am interacting with on a daily basis. I already can see, at least now, when I'm coming around, I do notice their defense was like way up here. And so now they'll start, because I'm standing out there every morning. Good morning, smile on my face. They come in, good morning, And so now some of them are starting to come in, and they're not all the way, with the big smiley face, but they will say good morning and, and keep going. So I just believe that being consistent, making sure to be that person that is positive and consistent in their life. It will make all of the difference. But yes, I do have a lunch bunch with a small group of girls, and we meet on Wednesdays during lunchtime. They grab their lunch and we go into one of the classrooms, and I work with the counselor. And we just do, we just talk about different things and how to interact with each other. And that just really the need, from when I got here, they were just fighting, just nothing to do. They're just fighting for no reason. And then when you get to the root of it, it really usually has to do with someone doesn't like someone else because of, whatever. And so our girls just have to learn that we all have different strengths and different qualities, and we have to respect. At the end of the day, we have to respect each other regardless. So that is really the bulk of what I'm currently doing right now. Kind of been doing that, but I want to incorporate more of the GiRLiFE program here within the schools. So
amazing, Raychelle. I mean, look at the impact that you're having. Like, it's absolutely this lunch bunch. I mean, I can't even imagine. You're saying it yourself. Their defenses are down. Like they're just in a different headspace because you were pouring into them in that way. So what a beautiful thing that, and the workshop that you did, and and all the good stuff to come. Like, kudos to you. I'm totally amazed at how much you do. Really, like in the span of a day. And I did want to share, you said that you'd like to bring your daughter in, and I just started a membership for girls, and my daughter is my partner in it. And it's so beautiful to see. She's 16 going on 17 in May. And it's been so beautiful to watch her bloom as she helps me lead in this way, and to see the way that she's connecting with the girls, and to see the way that she is bringing her life experiences in to, like, as an offering to the girls, to show them like, hey, we're talking about gratitude. This is how we did it. This last week, we talked about healing ourselves. We don't do the full workshop in the membership because it's only an hour, but we were talking about all the ways that we can heal ourselves. And Noah just came, she came fully honest with the girls, and like, these are some of the things that help me. I meditate at night and I journal, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I hope to see you and your daughter doing that as well, because it's everything. It's magic. It's such a proud mama moment.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Cara, tell us what you've got on the horizon, what you've got in the works, what's getting you excited right now.
Yes, I love hearing what everyone's doing. It's just, it inspires me so much. So currently, a couple things. I'm a facilitator with the Cheryl's Rise nonprofit here in Los Angeles. So we go through 12 pillars with the girls. So we're halfway through. I'm with a middle school. So it's tough age. It's tough age. So I've seen them actually the last couple of weeks, some of them, like, they would not talk. Yeah. Now they're talking. One of them, they shared their craft last week. So that was amazing to see that. And then Luce and I are planning to do a Mother's Day, a mother and daughter workshop in May. So coming up, basically next month, because April's here. And then I also am looking to host, or will be hosting, like a summer series, so in person and virtual. In the Los Angeles area, I will probably do virtual as well. And then also I'm launching my website finally, because I think that's another way for me to grow and write and blog. And then I'm also currently, I will be working on my ICF certification with coaching. This is like a long time in the works. Like, I put it off for years and years, and I'm like, I want to do this. So I'll be starting that program again next weekend. So I'll be offering coaching sessions to anybody in this community or any girls who hear this for free. So if you wanted to do coaching with me one-on-one, or even a group session, reach out, because I'm here and I want to help and serve the community.
Girl, what's going on? That's amazing. I love to hear all of it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Cara. And this coaching that you're offering, what a gift. And I think so many people will take you up on it. And just a
Yeah.
beautiful way to continue honing in your own skills, like everything that you already bring to the girls and to your students and to everyone. So like so many great things in the horizon, and how exciting that you and Luce are collaborating again. I think
Yes.
that's like the benefit of having another GiRLiFE coach close to you, in proximity, where you can collaborate in that way. And even so, even if you don't, you can do a virtual event with another one of
Yeah.
coaches. I'm
Yeah.
going to bring that into the group, because I think that could be awesome. Thank you for
I
that.
think, yeah. And also I wanted to share too, I think that it helps us, because we were even sharing, like, we felt like, we're doing our own thing, but I was like, let's just join forces, and like, we can impact so many more girls this way. We had our like little booth there. So we were like, let's just do this. Like, let's keep the energy up and see what else we can do for our community.
Bravo. I love it. I love everything about it. Amazing. Amazing. Well, you women are all incredible. I feel so blessed to have you as a part of our community, truly. If there are any words of wisdom you want to pass on to anyone who might be watching this or hearing this on the podcast, who really wants to do this with all of their heart, but they're just not sure, what's the next step? Like, they just need to hear something from people who are already in it, doing it. Anything in particular that you'd like to share with them, by all means.
I wanted to share a quote, if that's okay.
Yeah.
It's on my Instagram too, but it says, "Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind, be led by the dreams in your heart." So for me, that was, I tend to be an introvert. So coming into this space was, a challenge for me, but it was in my heart to do this. So I think just listen to your intuition and it will guide you.
Great advice. And you actually sent me that quote. I remember you
Yeah.
teaching me that quote.
Yes, I did.
That's a really great quote, and we need to put it in our coach group. Thank you. That's really special. Yeah. It really helps you to realize that the impact that you want to create is so much bigger than the fear, right? Beautiful. Thank you, Cara. Anyone else have anything to share?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we live in this world and are raised to survive and not to thrive. And we're raised to think scarcity, where we really live in such an abundant world. And now with the internet, the pros and the cons of it, it still allows us to come together with so many more resources to be able to do this. And when we open up, and with the material that's in the program will help you start opening up to realize, and for myself, I see money as just an exchange of energy. And this is such heartfelt work. It's such service-oriented work. And once you surrender to that and you really pour your heart into it, everything else pours in the way it needs to be. You just have to believe, you have to trust, and know that this is the right thing. It's going to bring you to that.
Beautiful, beautiful, Sheila. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I'll just share a quick quote. It says, "Not in doing what you like, but in liking what you do is the secret of happiness." And so in thinking about that, I think about just some of the other business ventures, that I've been a part of. The one thing I can say that really makes this different is because I'm really not a salesperson type. And so it seems like every time I would try, a different, for example, real estate, or I do this travel thing on the side, I just don't like asking for the sale. And, that's the key to being a really, really good salesperson. But with the GiRLiFE program, I find this to be easy. I find this, like, it doesn't bring me in anxiety, like some of the other things I've done in the past, where you have to go, and even fundraising, like when my kids have little fundraisers, I'm just like, oh, great. Here we go. I got to go and sell all of these things, for my children. And I do it because I have to. It's not fun. I don't really enjoy it, but as a mom, I just know that that's something I have to do. But I find with this, it brings me excitement. It just brings me joy just thinking about, I just got another great idea from Cara, the mother-daughter. Was that Cara? Was that you that said the mother-daughter, or Sheila?
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wow, that's perfect. You know, why not have with Mother's Day coming up, why not have a workshop? So those type of things, like I get energized by planning and working with like-minded people, and it doesn't bring me this like, oh no, you know, I already feel like, wow, if I could just go away somewhere, like if my husband would like send me away for the weekend so I could just sit and plan and get everything together, I would be well on my way. But I'm just going to have to carve in the time and make sure to plan, because this is a business that will benefit not only myself, but my family as well. So I'm just really excited and just looking forward to this opportunity. So I would also say, if anyone is on the fence, if they're, you know, just thinking about it, why not? You know, why not? It doesn't feel like work, you know, why not do something that is going to benefit you and your family? Because it's hard work, as I'm learning, it is hard work.
Oh, Raychelle, that's so beautiful. And it truly is. And it lights you up. I remember I got off of our Empower Hour session this past week, and I like went into turbocharger mode. It was dinner time, and I was just like high. I was high on life, and it was such a beautiful energy to be in, because these girls gave me energy, and they gave me, you know, just the knowing that hard work is so needed, and we're doing this for a reason. And that's really what it is at the end of the day. It's like, it doesn't feel like work, because we're doing something that we love so much and is providing value to the world. And like, we want to pour into the world. We want to leave it better than the way we found it, and put our unique fingerprint on it. So that's what you are all doing. You are all so incredible. I so appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for sharing your hearts. I know it's going to go straight to the heart of the women who are listening and watching. And I'm sending you big hugs. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.